What's going on, guys? After so many months of waiting for this movie, finally came. We went to go see Black Panther, Wakanda Forever. And did it live up to the hype? Was it good? Did we like it? We're going to get into it right now. Yeah, so just like many of you guys, we decided to buy the premiere tickets. And I just want to paint a picture because I think we were like looking forward to it for a long time. And I think it was like maybe a week before it was gonna like actually come out. We decided to buy premiere tickets, and the day came and we're excited. We're gonna go see it. We got our popcorn, everything. And yeah, we were like looking around and everybody seemed like they were pretty hyped up too.
There's a lot of people.
We didn't know what to expect, but we were like, okay, let's just go in it. We haven't looked at any spoilers, any leaks, nothing. And yeah, man, we just went in it, and I just want to know what you guys thought about the movie. Like initial thoughts, like was it good? Did it meet your expectations, or it was too hyped?
It's crazy because for this movie there was not that much expectations because I did the number one rule of not watching everything when it comes to like reactions, when it comes to all this stuff. So I kind of just laid back and like waited for the movie this time, which was actually a good advice from shout out to Lee Ray.
Yeah, shout out to Lee
because
Ray.
he's the one who said don't watch the like all the trailers and stuff. So I ended up actually enjoying the movie and not expecting a lot of what I actually saw. So the number one thing, Namor did an amazing freaking job in this movie.
I agree.
fell in love with that character. But there's a lot that we still got to go into when it comes to him.
Yeah, because that one scene where they introduced Talokan was amazing, right? Like when we got to see everything, and I think that song they played, Con la Brisa, I had to search it up after because I was like, man, that song fit perfectly for that scene.
Yeah.
And, it was pretty cool to see everybody there. And like the fact that everybody seemed like they actually were underwater.
Yeah.
It was like pretty cool. Like, I don't know if they actually were underwater or it was CGI or
I feel
VFX
like they
or
were.
something.
I think they did it.
I think they did,
It
right?
looks like they were underwater.
Yeah. So you can imagine like they probably like built the whole set underwater.
Yeah, they
Just for
had
that
to.
scene, right? And and just to see him kind of like have that role of taking care of his people, and just seeing everything that related to us. We're Hispanic, right? And everything that we saw was kind of like pretty cool to see in a movie.
Yeah.
And then that one scene where Lupita Nakia, she actually talked Spanish, was like,
Oh yeah. I was
dude,
like, what?
yeah, I was.
Yeah, well, I know she's Mexican, right?
Yeah.
See, that's something that I didn't know.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
Yeah, for the people that are watching, that's my sister in the back too. She wanted to be a
Yeah,
part
she was
of it.
born in Mexico.
Yeah.
Literally?
Insane.
Literally, yeah.
Damn, that's crazy.
Yeah, so that part was like, oh my god, like obviously it caught me off guard, but I was like really, really proud, right? Like, because it was like finally a MCU movie that shows people speaking Spanish, right? And then and then this guy Namor, it was pretty cool, like how he explained his name and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Which is Namor, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
I didn't know that either. That's not a thing though. I think they changed it for this movie.
That's
Yeah.
good though.
Okay.
I like it.
Yeah. But I just thought it was a really, really good job of Namor, or not Namor. I thought he was a really, really good actor.
The emotions of his character, that's
Yeah.
what made me be like, dang, because you can see it in his face of how much anger he had
Right.
in his past and thinking about it. It was just so much anger. It was not like it wasn't like he was trying too hard or trying too less. It was like that perfect emotion of just dang, like you can feel it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like and the way he has an accent, but it's not too strong to where you kind of can't understand him. It was like perfect to where it represents that he's obviously Hispanic,
Mexican.
but it they want to have pretty good English is what I'm trying to say. You can understand them pretty good, and that was badass too.
Yeah.
I like that you didn't know if you wanted to like him or hate him also, because the way that he was, it wasn't like too bad of a character or too good either. He was just in between.
That's what I mean about
Towards
the
the
emotions.
end, then he was like killing people. And,
Yeah.
Well, I think he was in the same exact boat as Shuri, because they both have a whole, what would you say, like a country in their
they
back.
have a country.
So Namor wants to defend his country because he's obviously the king of it, and he obviously has to do stuff he probably doesn't want to, but has to in order to protect him.
Yeah.
Which involves killing and this and that, whatever. And Shuri is in the same way, you know. But Shuri, she has like this anger that's stopping her from, you know what I mean. And that's what I think that played a really good role in the movie because you don't want the whole cliche of her being the hero. They
or
threw
him
it in
wanting
there
to take over. Like Wakanda.
It wasn't a scripted thing.
Yeah.
Like I always talk about templates where it was the same thing. It was kind of a different thing where you don't expect that. I remember we gave our theories of what we thought was going to happen based on the trailers. Nothing.
Yeah.
No.
And I like that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Because the thing is, like, we didn't know that they were going to get into the origin of like where Namor grew up, the time that he grew up and everything. And it was pretty cool to see that because you kind of have an idea of why he was acting the way he was acting.
Yeah.
Like you have to also put yourself in his shoes. Like somebody came into his home, right? The Spaniards or whoever they were, they came and they had to pretty much leave their home and find another home. So now that somebody else was coming into their home and they felt kind of like a little bit of a threat, they needed to do whatever it takes to, you know, pretty much, you know, help their people and protect themselves or something.
The little introduction of how they introduced him was enough, you know, for right now to want to see, what has he been through? What has he actually gone through?
Yeah.
Because it wasn't too rushed, nor was it
too long.
Yeah,
it was enough for us to understand what was going on. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I don't think we needed to see any more. I mean, it would be cool to see an actual Namor movie.
Yeah.
Just to see like his how everything built, you know, got built and where it started and everything. Because they also have vibranium, right? Like they ended up having that, and then his thing was like, I need to have this thing to be a secret because I don't want people to take this from me because this is the only way that I can build a source of light for my people, right? Like he brought the sun to, you know, the bottom of the ocean.
Yeah.
And going back to Talokan, the another thing that I like that they played pretty good is the fact that they made it to get there. You have to go through this whole jet stream looking thing.
Yeah.
This way, it's not obvious that, hey, why don't people go down there and see that?
Yeah.
And he literally explains that if you was to try to do that without the suit, the pressure would kill you and this and that.
Right.
So he built that too.
The wells though, that was pretty
The way they wrote the wells.
And I liked how everything is primitive. Everything is not civilization all going crazy. It's just them trying to survive and live there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's not to compare it to Aquaman, but it was something totally different.
Yeah,
you know I mean, something totally
way different. Like if you think about Aquaman, I don't want to get into the DC Marvel thing, but if you look at Aquaman, you can tell there was a sense of kind of like, oh, it's too fake.
Yeah.
Versus this one, it was like, oh, this is something that might happen, might be actually happening.
And
right?
They literally look like they're swimming.
Yes.
Aquaman, they're all here gliding and stuff.
They're like walking and everything.
I understand because fishes, they do that. You know what I mean? They move pretty good too. But
yeah.
So the question that we were all waiting for was who is gonna be the new Black Panther, which was kind of somewhat hinted. Yeah. And we kind of had an idea, obviously, but it ended up being, spoiler alert, Shuri.
Yeah.
What did y'all think about it? Any thoughts?
I really wanted to see more than one. And I thought that was going to be kind of like the thing. And that was my theory. It was going to be more than one. I'm not going to say she was not a good Black Panther. I thought she really did a good job. The fact that she had to become Black Panther because of all the stuff that she was going through. She lost her mom. You know, that's one thing that happened that we were kind of like emotional about, because the beginning of the movie starts off with them burying, you know, Black Panther, which is T'Challa, right?
We had to see 2 funerals.
Yeah. And then the mom passes away by Namor, which kind of sucks, the fact that he did that. I don't know. I mean, I wasn't sure how I felt about them killing off the mom. But I knew that they had to do something serious, something, you know, big to motivate her to become Black Panther.
Yeah.
Right. And I just thought that, you know, it was kind of like really, really cool to see her like kind of want to get revenge, become Black Panther, not for the right reasons in a way, because, you know, obviously one thing that we saw that was pretty crazy was whenever she became Black Panther and she was taking that, you know, what is it called? The
plant.
Whenever she was taking the plant, she ended up seeing Killmonger.
Yeah.
That was something unexpected. I didn't know that was going to happen at all.
It's funny because bringing it back to our theory, we had said that too.
Yeah.
Imagine if he was to come out.
Yeah.
And he actually did came out, which was pretty cool.
I feel like they brought him back pretty in a good way, right?
Yeah,
Like,
like they fitted him right at the good spot.
Because they kind of bring back to what his whole mission was about. It kind of makes you be like, oh, she's in the same position now.
Yeah.
What are you gonna do? Are you gonna do the same thing as he's doing, or are you gonna do something different? Which he should have done something different also, but they were placed in the same boat basically.
Well, one thing that I didn't even like think about rewatching Black Panther, the first one. Remember that the first scene, the first part of the movie, you get to see Killmonger's dad, right?
Yeah.
And T'Challa's dad actually killed his dad.
Yeah.
Right, which motivated him to become who he was, like that anger, and which is the same thing that Shuri was going through.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
So I see what you're saying. You're saying that having Killmonger, being that vision that she was having, motivated the story to go on with the fact that she wanted to get revenge, which is a perfect way to like put him in that movie, right? Like
exactly.
Oh, you guys hated Killmonger in the first movie because of what he was doing and how he was like, you just hated him in a way. But now you kind of like understood what he was coming from.
They brought it back to kind of make him for you to understand what his whole thing was going through, and they put her in the same position that either you want to be like your grandpa and, you know what I mean, have the guts to kill somebody that did you wrong, or be like your brother. Oh, it wasn't the grandpa. Was it dad? You want to be like your dad and have the guts to kill somebody, or you want to be like your brother and just forgive everybody?
Yeah, be noble.
You know what I mean? Be noble. Do what are you gonna do? You know what I mean?
Yeah. And then she was like, "Hell no, I'm gonna go get my revenge."
Yeah, she actually processed what he was saying. Was like, dang, like it connected to her actual life, what was going on,
and that's why she saw him, because she was kind of remembering what he was going through. She wanted to get his input on the whole ordeal because she's in the same boat, and she wants to know what he should do. When in reality, she was saying, "No, I don't. Why you're here?" But deep down, she wanted to see him because.
It was pretty cool to see how whenever she got back from the astral plane or wherever she was. Yeah, she was pissed off because her ancestors weren't there to greet her. And then she was like, man, it didn't even work. And she like punches that thing and it goes flying.
Yeah,
that was shit. Yeah, that was pretty cool. So
I just love the fact that it wasn't like Multiverse of Madness where the trailer showed the whole movie. This is just clueless. You don't know what's gonna happen. You don't know who's gonna come out. Or you know who's gonna come out, but you know what I mean.
That's what I was saying about the trailers. If we would have just seen the first trailer, we would have been okay with it. But because we saw the trailer 2, 3, and
I think they understood what they made them, and hopefully they don't do that again. But this is just perfect, bro. It wasn't like I always say a template movie.
They gave just enough to make us be like, oh, what's gonna happen?
Exactly. We knew what he was gonna die.
Because in my perspective, what I thought about the story was Namor is gonna be a bad guy, and then they're gonna come to an agreement and fight something actual.
That's what we thought. Yeah,
that's what I thought too.
And it was actually just a fight between Wakanda and Namor, and it was just like, whoa, like I didn't see this.
It was definitely like Ryan, the producer of this movie or director. It was his way of saying, okay, we're gonna introduce this guy, this new guy that you haven't seen, but we're not gonna give you everything. Yeah, we're just gonna show you enough for you to be like, oh, okay, I want to see more of him. And that's it. Then Angela Bassett, man, her role as the queen was insane. Like you could tell, like in the beginning, whenever they're in that court scene, and she comes in, she's like a whole badass, Yeah. And then like the other, other people come in, and it's pretty crazy to see that she was like trying to be the face of Wakanda, trying to like be strong for everyone. Even though they had lost the Black Panther, T'Challa, she was trying to be tough. She's trying to be the strong woman, and she portrayed it perfectly for me.
Yeah, I don't think she was trying she was a badass. Yeah.
You could still see that like kind of like she wants to cry because she just lost her son, but still staying strong.
No, she was like, don't mess with me, don't mess with my country. Like I'm gonna defend my country no matter what.
Yeah.
The fact that it was all Wakanda, all women, like all fighting the Talokans and stuff, like that was pretty That was pretty cool.
Yeah.
To watch.
Yeah, something that we haven't seen in I don't know if we've seen it in that Endgame movie where it was like all the girl characters kind of got together and it was pretty cool. But this movie, it was like the whole movie and the whole vibe of the movie was like strong women. Where we can do what we need to do to be able to like get the job done. It was like pretty cool.
It was all women.
Yeah, it was all women.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
Yeah.
Which is something they needed to do, and they did it perfect. What did you guys think about Ironheart? How was that for you guys?
I think I like the fact that they threw her in there to introduce her, maybe because they want to introduce her now and not 4 years from now, because they have but they probably don't have the time to do all this, you know what I mean, show for everybody. So they threw her in there, they gave her a little scene, not too much, you know what I mean, but I feel like it was good.
Yeah, she's gonna get a show though. She's gonna get her show. I think so.
That's probably what it is. They don't want to do a whole movie.
Do everything.
I like that.
Yeah, I liked her. I like the fact that she's like a crazy smart person, like Tony Stark,
right?
And she did the whole Iron Man suit and all that stuff. But I think
it portrayed her like as Iron Man in the first one. Whenever she was building it, the hammer,
and I think that's what they did that on purpose, obviously, to kind of say, hey, just coming back,
like an Easter egg.
Yeah, I thought she was cool and she was funny and
she was cool.
She added something to the movie.
To the movie,
that's kind of not too much though, but it was enough.
That's kind of what I meant about a kind of rushed introduction for a character, because it was kind of like it skipped from her, like kind of like putting her in the movie and then getting the suit and then having this better suit, and it wasn't like a from point A to point B, but like y'all are saying, there's gonna be a show and everything, so I'm sure we're gonna see everything about her. Same with Namor.
That's what they did.
The
they threw her in there and they're just gonna show. Kind of the same thing as when Black Panther was first introduced.
Yeah,
they just threw him in there.
Civil War, right?
Civil War. They didn't do a whole scene, this and that. It was just threw him in there to introduce him, and then they went ahead and did the movie.
Yeah,
same thing. So I like the fact that they threw him back in there, because of I feel like every movie needs to have a little bit of comedy in there.
Yeah.
And he kind of made that, he filled in that gap for that, right?
I feel like the comedy was spot on because of him.
He kind of was like right there for Shuri.
Right.
So at the end, like after Shuri lost everybody, he was kind of like, hey, you still got me, kind of like, I got your back.
Yeah.
So that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Like after everything that they've been through.
Yeah, because Shuri's brother pretty much could have killed him in the challenge, but he said, hey, your people need him. So I'm sure that grew a lot of respect. And then the Black Panther, which was T'Challa, ended up falling, and M'Baku saved him. He was a person, he couldn't have just left him or whatever, but they ended up saving him. So I'm sure there was a big bond between the Black Panther and M'Baku.
That because at the end of the day, it's about Wakanda, and they have to do whatever they have to do.
He'll probably be like the bigger brother, even though she already had that obviously with T'Challa, but I'm pretty sure now that he's gone, somebody has to step in and kind of be like a mentor, a father figure in a way, and I think that's what
because I guess technically Shuri is still a kid, right? Maybe.
Yeah, I mean she is.
And
she's smart.
Else?
She can take care of herself, and obviously she's already a Black Panther. But in those times where she needs somebody, M'Baku's probably gonna be the one to be there.
Yeah.
And the strength showcase between M'Baku thinking he was powerful enough to defeat Namor, and in one punch flew him.
I kind of got scared because I thought he was gonna die.
I thought he was
I
gonna
was
die
like,
too.
as soon as he breathed, I was like, oh, thank God.
Yeah, because he was about to leave, and then he ended up turning the ball. I was like, no, don't do this to yourself.
I thought it was gonna be one of those scenes where it was like, oh, somebody's gonna have to.
I got
pass.
emotional. I was like, no, please.
It was the same with Okoye. Whenever they were in the bridge and there was that one standoff, I was like,
that just shows Namor's like strength.
He's strong.
Yeah,
they showcased him pretty
just
strong.
Just one punch flew him.
The flying too, like the way he flew around and everything was pretty crazy.
I like that. The you talking about the CGI aspect?
The CGI was really cool.
It wasn't like choppy, this and that.
Yeah, obviously it's funny to see the little wings kind of go crazy and pick them up and everything.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's in the comics. So
they did it really well.
Yeah, you're not gonna switch it to
the little wings reminded me of Harry Potter, the little boss.
Yeah. It was funny. I'm telling you, it was kind of like weird to see those little. Cause you don't think
the golden snitch.
The golden snitch. No, what it's called?
The golden snitch or something.
Yeah. Because you don't expect those little wings to pick up Namor, right? Like you think he's probably have something else that picks him up, but it was those little wings.
That's the thing that we got wrong, because we thought they were boots and they're not.
They're not.
That's actually his.
Yeah, that's him.
Yeah.
So
because I mean we don't we don't really know about comic books or anything like that. So when we saw that he, you know, he was flying around, we thought it was kind of like something in his boots and something in his shoes.
That's something that I kind of want to research, because why did he have boots for? I mean, not the boots, but the wings. Like, he's underwater. What would he need the wings for?
That's how he was just born. So his mom, that's why she was scared to drink that the water.
The vibranium of the plant.
Yeah, the plant.
Yeah.
She was scared. She didn't know what was going to happen because she was pregnant. So that's what happened.
Oh, okay.
He changed, that changed him.
Okay.
That's why it's a mutation. Like, if you go and see the X-Men, everybody has something different, something random. It's just probably something random.
So the ears were just a mutation also.
It wasn't something correlated to him being a Mayan and underwater. It was just a random mutation that happened.
The same thing as he's able to breathe in and out of water.
That was a correlation with that.
Yeah.
Everybody got that.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the directors had a job to do. They had to fit in, obviously, Chadwick's passing. So they had to change. I'm pretty sure they already had like a whole movie script. They had to change that. So that job, it must have been pretty hard for the directors and the producers to fit all of that, cast new people, have that story of how it ended.
Yeah, because they wanted to, or some people wanted to recast the Black Panther, but I think nobody really puts themselves in the shoes of Ryan, which is the director of the movie. Like, he was really close to Chadwick. And, they were pretty much like brothers. So I'm pretty sure he wanted to do something special. And he also knew that nobody wanted to probably come back to Wakanda if it wasn't for the, a really, really good and meaningful purpose, right? Which is to pretty much tribute Chadwick. And I think they did it really, really well. I really enjoy the after credit scene or the mid credit scene.
Yeah.
I thought that was, or I don't even know if it was a mid credit. I think it was the ending whenever she's like, in Haiti and she's like ready to pretty much let go and, accept that, her mom's gone and her brother's gone and she's burning the thing and she's just like closes her eyes and remembers all the time that she was there. And it was pretty cool because it wasn't like just him by himself. It was like the moments that Shuri had with T'Challa, right? Sure. It was really emotional. And then it finishes and it's like, that's it. And they played the song, Rihanna's song too. And it was perfect. But one thing that I wasn't expecting is the after credit scene or the mid credit scene. Whenever they come back and she's like opens her eyes and then you see Nakia coming with her son that we didn't even know about.
I did not expect that at all.
I did. And I really like that they did that.
Yeah, I had no idea.
I thought that little kid was so cute, and
the fact that
he was like, my name is Prince T'Challa, son of King T'Challa. It was like,
it was perfect.
I want to like tear up.
I was shivering.
Yes.
Yeah, it was so cute, man.
Yeah, because they could have not done that.
Yeah.
They could have just ended the movie and it would have been okay. But the fact that they hint that, we're not just gonna forget about you. We're gonna keep this going, even if it's just us having your name still being said in the movies that are gonna come, in the future. It was pretty cool because they're gonna make another movie and he's gonna come out in it.
And not just that, also give Shuri a reason to pretty much keep going. To live for.
To fight.
To fight for. Yeah.
I love the fact that T'Challa wanted to take his son and take his family somewhere where it was away from Wakanda, because you can tell that for him it was like, well, I want my son to grow up noble. I want him to care for people. I want him to know that just the reasons why you'll be
a great king
one day. Yeah. Right. A great prince or whatever.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure if they had, grown up in Wakanda, he probably wouldn't have been the way he wanted him to be.
Spoiled or
something. Exactly. Because they have everything in Wakanda.
Yeah.
But you can tell it was also like probably a decision from, Nakia, because you can see that one scene where she's like a teacher, she's helping the kids and she's helping the community. That was pretty cool. So one thing that I started doing after watching this movie was kind of like seeing other people's opinions. And it was like a bunch of people that weren't sure about the movie. They disliked it. They felt like they needed to recast Black Panther. They didn't like, Shuri being the Black Panther. bunch of stuff that I just wanted to throw it into this video and kind of like get your opinions. Do you guys agree with that or what? Because the thing is, like, recasting it would have been maybe one of those things, a smart thing to do, because it was easy to do. But like I mentioned, I don't think nobody puts themselves in the shoes of the director that was close to Chadwick.
Yeah.
So I don't agree with that whatsoever. One thing that I do maybe agree with was the fact that they kind of like they introduced Ironheart, and I don't know if she played the best role for me personally. I feel like maybe it's the fact that we didn't have enough time to kind of like fall in love with the character. I'm pretty sure once they have the show for her, we're gonna get to see her and kind of like I mentioned, like kind of love her, get to love her character because of how we have known where she was and how she got to where she is. And I think that's the only thing that I kind of feel like was something that I wasn't sure about.
In her suit,
but then again,
too rushed.
Yeah. Then again, this is like Iron Man, right? Like Iron Man had different suits. Yeah. This is probably just one that she built, and she probably built different ones. The only reason why I say her suit wasn't like what I was hoping to expect,
because you already have Iron Man in head.
Yeah, that, and it also kind of looked fake,
Yeah, it looked weird.
All those suits were just ugly.
Yes.
Honestly.
Yes. The other one looked like, what you say, a predator?
The predator suit.
Yeah, it looked
all blue and weird.
Yeah, the way the mask would go up, and it was just like,
I don't like that.
Half of the head was covered. It was like,
the original was just like perfect.
Yeah,
Why did they change it?
Well, do a new one if you want, but that was just a weird choice.
I didn't like it.
It was strange.
The wardrobe person.
Yeah.
They needed
even like you said, Black Panther's new suit, like Shuri's, it was too much. Like it was too much gold going on.
I saw a lot of gold.
I don't like that.
Kind of Killmonger vibes, It was like, dude, if you wanted to, pretty much do a tribute to Chadwick, why not just keep it back, to the original OG Black Panther
maybe
type
like
of vibe?
A little bit of black.
He even said it himself, right? Like he said, I don't want to pick this one with that, the one that Killmonger chose because it was too flashy. You make this one extra flashy. It was like, should have just stayed humble, black, not too much.
I feel like give her a little bit of muscles.
I feel like the reason why they made it look like Killmonger was because she had Killmonger's influence of being bad, and that was her pretty much like portraying Killmonger's attitude, I guess.
I guess I see what you're saying, but I mean, like I said, like it's not the only suit she's gonna end up like wearing. Yeah, right. There's other movies, and she's probably gonna have a different suit for each movie or a different, fight or whatever. So I'm not really complaining about that too much.
I think one thing that I would say maybe could have been toned up a little bit was the lighting underwater, which I kind of understand why. It's underwater and it's super deep, so there's not that much light. That's why Namor brought the sun to them, right? Which light up a lot, but I really
still kind of like pump it up, right?
Like exaggerate a little bit, and so we can be able to actually see what it looked under there. I felt like we kind of saw it, but it was like just a little bit too dark.
Too much dark.
I think they're just trying. I think they were just trying really hard not to make it look too much like Aquaman. All the colors are coming from the whatever colorful algae that's there, or you know what I mean, luminescence. What is it called? Luminescence.
Yeah, luminescence.
And I think they just try to keep it, like I said, more like what would you really realistic to go down there.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
Yeah, but still,
it was still
turn on the light.
Yeah, turn it up, make it, put a little bit of color in there, nice colors, and
maybe even if it wasn't even if it wasn't color, just a little bit of light, But then again, it's like I get it, like you said,
and also like I know that made it look good, and you know what I mean, but the swimming wise, like, bro, y'all been down there since what, 1500? Yeah, I gotta learn how to swim a little bit better, right?
A little faster.
They were moving
so slow.
Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
that could have been a little bit better.
If
not like crazy like Aquaman,
of course, and then not walking, obviously. Yeah, like keep it swimming, but move like a little bit cool, like as far as like they wanted to get from one side to another. Yeah, make it to where it's like a little faster.
Yeah, they were like literally just like trying to stay flat.
Overall, I think the movie was really good. If I had to really like rate the movie, I would say for me it's in the top 10, for sure. Yeah, maybe even in the top 5. I don't think it was what I expected. I'm pretty sure it could have been better, like every movie. But I want to say, like, for me, it was like maybe like an 8. I want to say an 8 out of 10. Like any other movie, they could have done better. And there, you know, this is just one of those movies where they were hit with something that was unpredictable. They didn't know how to take it. You know, they didn't know what to do. So what they did was perfect, and I'll give it an 8.
I'll give it a 7.8 out of 10. I really thought it was a really good movie because of the fact that the trailers didn't show up the whole movie, because of the fact that it wasn't something you kind of predicted was going to happen. I had no idea what was going to happen, and that's the point of a movie, for you not to go in there kind of, oh, obviously she's going to die, obviously, you know what I mean? That's the fact that I like a movie like that where you don't know what's going to happen. 7.8.
I'll give it an 8.5, and the reason why I'm giving it a high score is because I really like the way that every single actor there played their role perfectly. I feel like everybody everybody gave them everything they could. Like Namor, the Queen, everybody was playing this strong emotion towards their character. It wasn't lack of emotion. It wasn't lack of, you know, this, like I was saying, the comedy, it wasn't too cringy. The storyline to me fit perfectly, even though like maybe they could have done this, they could have done that. I feel like it played perfectly. The end credit scene, thankfully they didn't give us like a second
glimpse of what's going to happen in another movie,
something like that. It just showed us that perfect of wow, like something we didn't expect at all. Yeah, so
and it was good.
It was a great ending to it. The whole tribute, everything was perfect, and that's why I'm giving it an 8.5. It might be high for some people, but like
this is your opinion.
I liked it very much.
I think it was a pretty good executed movie.
What about you, Janelle?
I really liked it. Like, I agree with you, Ivan. Everything was executed pretty good. Everything I really liked. Everything was, you know, badass woman and fighting. But I'll give it a 9. Just because I really liked it. I really enjoyed how they did a tribute to him and everything. How it just played out. But I won't give it a 10 because I didn't like their suits.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. That's good. All right, guys. Well, that's going to be the end of our spoiler review. Don't forget to like and subscribe so you keep up with our content. And hopefully you guys enjoy the video, and we'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.
Adios.